So, I have to acknowledge and salute Colin Kaepernick for his impact, not only in the NFL off the field, but in society in general. And it shows right now that he's being acknowledged because he just received GQ Man of the Year. And this was, again, something that was forthcoming. He had to be acknowledged no matter what. And with his impact, with his activism, him basically kneeling before the so-called national anthem by protesting for domestic terrorism, aka police brutality, systemic oppression, aka white supremacy, and all the social ills that are plaguing people classified as black or African American. I just got to give him props. Like I said, the NFL is a white supremacist owned, white identity extremist billionaires boy club league. And they feel good owning slaves, $40 million slaves with no guaranteed contracts, and you're guaranteed to get injured. That's the power of these owners. That's the power of white identity extremists, right? So Colin was able to start a movement. He started a movement and he shook up the entire landscape in the NFL and society, because the NFL is really, really shaking up badly. Terrible ratings, terrible product. You have a guy like Colin Kaepernick, who's still the best available quarterback, right? That doesn't have a job. Better than most of these starting quarterbacks, and definitely better than every quarterback that's a second string or third string quarterback. And he doesn't have a job, right? And like I said before, I acknowledge the fact that he will most likely never, ever get a job again. And that's why I have a lifetime ban of the NFL. That's why I have, will continue to talk about how bad the NFL product is, and I want it to fail. I want the NFL to, no, let me change that. I need the NFL to fail. I need it to fail. So, but yeah, going back to the GQ Man of the Year, this was much appreciated, man, and for Colin Kaepernick's work, him just starting a movement and starting that wave of activism, of protesting against social ills plaguing people classified as black or African American and even Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? And this was acknowledged. This is really, he really is the Muhammad Ali of our generation. Just like the first paragraph says here, it says, quote, "He's been verified by millions and locked out of the NFL, all because he took a knee to protest police brutality. But Colin Kaepernick's determined stand puts him in a rare company in sports history. Muhammad Ali, Jackie Robinson, athletes who risked everything to make a difference." And that's exactly what Colin Kaepernick did. He risked everything to make a difference. That's what you have to do. You got to sacrifice your legacy to make a difference. And that's what Colin Kaepernick did. That's what he's being acknowledged for. So, much salute, much props for him. And, here's the thing. I'm going to be honest. I'm not really into symbolic victories, right? I know that Colin Kaepernick, what he did was very important, started a movement, but I need to see tangible changes. Tangible changes that are going to make a difference, that's going to affect us. Like, for instance, reparations, right? I might remind you, I talk about this all the time. We still don't have reparations. This is the history of reparation payments. German Jewish settlement, Alaska Natives and land settlement, claimants of Oregon, Sioux of South Dakota, Chippewas of Wisconsin, Ottawas of Michigan, Japanese Canadians, Indians, Eskimos, Jewish claims in Austria, Japanese Americans. get millions and billions of dollars, but people classified as black since 1865 under the oppression of systemic racism, white supremacy, and Jim Crow. We don't have a dime. This is the tangible things I'm talking about that we need to have. So Colin Kaepernick winning this award is great, but it's still a symbolic victory. But I acknowledge what he did, and much props to him. But we need to have these reparations. We need to have tangible changes in our hands for us to, have that impact in that we can say, hey, what we did made a difference. So until we get these reparations, something like this where it's tangible, right? A payout of our ancestors that affect us because, slavery affects your DNA, and that's scientific facts. It's called epigenetics. Until then, it's just a symbolic victory. So, but again, like I said, much props to Colin Kaepernick for getting GQ Man of the Year. So I just got to acknowledge that, give him props for that. And may the NFL rest in peace. I hope it continues to fail, and I want it to fail. I need it to fail, and may it rest in peace. All right? So those are my thoughts on that, family. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about Colin Kaepernick and his impact on society. All right, family. Until next time, Chauncey, a.k.a. the Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.